Were able to get in here okay. I know when I got here this morning, I was supposed to snow, but it hadn't snowed, and then all of a sudden we got lots of snow. So glad that you are here this morning. Just a couple announcements as we get started. The big announcement I want to share is this Saturday, the children's ministry Heather is putting on a royal princess party. And so if you've got a little girl that's 0 to 6th grade, on Saturday from 11 till 1, there's going to be a royal princess party here at the church. And they're going to do lunch together. They're going to play some games and activities. It's just going to be a fun time to celebrate our young ladies of our church, just to remind them that they are loved by God, that they're special in His eyes, that they're daughters of the King. And so we would love for you to come and be a part of that. If that's a mom, a grandma, an aunt that's going to bring them. But any 0-year-olds through 6th grade girls, princess party, royal princess party this Saturday. There is a sign up in the middle hallway. And so we would love for you to sign up for that, just so we know how many to plan for. But really, they will just be blessed. I know that Heather does a great job of just really pouring into kids in a unique way that way, and letting our girls know that they are really loved and treasured by the King. So if you have any questions about that, you can get a hold of us, get a hold of Heather this week, and let her know. You'll see it right up there, the Royal Celebration coming up this week. Financial Peace is still going on tonight. Even if you're like, man, I've been going to do that and I didn't, you still could come tonight. That is a free access for anyone. The class is normally like $100. If you were to sign up for it online, you can get it for free through our church. It's been going really well. We're going to be meeting in here tonight, watching week 3 of the videos. But it's just an encouraging time. Some of the couples might say it's a discouraging time because they fight about money a little bit. But that's only temporary. And then they'll figure that all out, and it'll just be great and awesome. It's been good to have some of those conversations, and it's neat to watch as some of the wives maybe push the husbands, and then now the husbands are calling out the wives. And, there's a little banter that goes back and forth that way. So it's healthy. It's good. And it's mostly just trying to figure out how something that affects a lot of our lives, right? Money is everywhere we go. And making sure we're doing our best with that and taking care of that. The other thing today, we don't have welcome cards out in front of you, but on the table in the foyer, there are welcome cards. If you're new or newish to Novesta, we would love to get more connected with you. Our best way of communicating is we have an email prayer chain that goes out 3, 4, 5 times a week, has updates on people, situations. It also has events and activities. If you're not getting those emails, we would love for you to get those emails. And so you can do that a couple of ways. You can send us an email at church here at novestachurch@yahoo.com. You can get a hold of me through Facebook. Hey, Brad, can you sign me up for that email thing? Or you can fill out one of those cards and just put your email or phone number on that, and we'll add you to that. Again, we're not trying to solicit or sell you anything. It's just that's our best way to keep you up to date with everything that is going on, and so you can be aware of that. Speaking of prayer requests, a couple things that have happened over the last couple of days that I want to invite you to pray for. My brother-in-law, Chris Skiles, his dad passed away yesterday morning. His dad had been struggling for a while. He's had a lot of health issues, but yesterday morning he passed away. And so if you guys would keep Chris and Lindsay in your prayers, just as they grieve for that. They kind of knew it was expected, but it was also fairly sudden. David wasn't an old guy, and so just keep him in your prayers as they go through this week, and for his wife Tammy, that'd be Chris's mom, just as they grieve. And then this morning, Dawn Woyden texted me that her husband Scott had a seizure in the middle of the night at like 2:30, and so he's over at Covenant right now. He has some stuff going on with some chest pain, something with the heart going on. But if you just keep Dawn in your prayers, I know at 6:40 she was on her way to Saginaw to go be with him. I mean, it sounds like it's stable, but there's obviously something going on there. So that's pretty recent and urgent that came in. And so just keep them in your prayers as well. So we do have a special treat this morning. One of our missionaries, Matt Honig, is here this morning. And so we're going to turn the mic over to him for a few minutes. One of the things that you guys do that maybe not everyone is aware of, every time you give $1 to our church, 15 cents of that goes out to our mission work around the world. And so sometimes that is to a Bible college or to a Christian camp. Sometimes that's to an on-campus ministry. Sometimes that goes all the way around the world. And so one of those missionaries that we support is Pioneer Bible Translators and Matt and Shelby Honig. And so Matt's here with us this morning, and he's just going to spend a couple minutes just giving us an update on the ministry. He told me that as of yesterday, he was in Iowa, and so he drove all day yesterday home from Iowa to wake up this morning to come all the way here. St. Louis-ish is home for him. Not St. Louis, Missouri, St. Louis, Michigan. But I'll turn the mic over to him for a couple minutes just to share with us about this one of our missionaries that we support. So, Matt.
It's great to be with you guys again. It's been a couple years. Some of you in this room may actually remember sending my wife and I, before we had kids and everything else, to Hungary in 1995. I don't know how many here might remember that. This church has been helping us for a long time answer the call in our lives that God has put on it. Several years later, 2004, is when we joined Pioneer Bible Translators full-time. And again, this church has stepped up along with others to help us fulfill, again, the call of God on our lives to help the world get the Bible, right? A lot of things have changed in the last few years. I mean, we've had COVID, right? Last time I was here, we were kind of still in the thick of COVID. Since then, you guys may have heard that there's a war going on in Europe, right in the middle of the places where we do our work. But one of the things that in Eurasia, which is where I serve as the Eurasia Area Director, one of the things that has not changed since years ago when I first started coming here and we were talking about the needs for a Bible translation around the world, there are still a little over 7,000 languages in the world that need Scripture. And of those,